Well, after a 12-year hiatus, we finally have the sequel to Avatar, Avatar The Way of Water. I never saw the first Avatar. I had heard some things about it. I am a fan of James Cameron. I thoroughly enjoyed Aliens, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Terminator franchise. Well, let me correct that. I thoroughly enjoyed the first two Terminator movies, The Abyss, True Lies. They are all very high on my favorite movie list. But when Avatar came out, I had heard things about it, being it's just Pocahontas, a CGI version of Pocahontas, or Dances with Wolves, or name your colonizer trope. And to me, it just didn't ring my bell. I just really didn't care much about it, so I never saw it. And I don't think I'm going to see this one because I'm not going to sit through the first 3 hour movie just to sit through this movie. Fans are saying that this is actually better than the first one, but I had heard from many people over the last few weeks that this movie was expected to make $600 million on its first weekend, because this movie does have to make, and this is right from James Cameron's mouth, this movie has to make almost $2 billion to break even. Now, I'm not sure why that number is so high. They're not revealing the budget for this movie, but rumors say that it's somewhere around $800 million, which is just just insane for a movie. The people that have seen it said that the CGI is nearly flawless, but the story being 3 hours and 10 minutes long, the story could definitely be cut back some. But it's definitely coming in below projections for what they were saying. Now, I don't know if the $600 million weekend debut, first weekend debut, was just something people were spouting, but it seemed a bit unrealistic to me, even though this movie is getting a China release. 12 years, 13-year gap. Avatar: Way of Water's finally here. James Cameron, first of many planned sequels to Avatar. Now, there's supposed to be something like 4 more movies. And for this weekend, let's take a look here. It's made $134 million. It opened on Thursday. And so far, it's made $134 million and $300 million in the international box office, for a grand total of $434 million. And this is below the projections. Like I said, they were projecting this movie was going to make somewhere north of $600 million just on its opening weekend. And the projections now are showing that this movie may just barely break a billion, not even come close to the 2 billion that they're saying it needs to come to just to break even. That doesn't even include making a profit. So if you can't make a profit, I don't see that they're going to have any more Avatar movies. The Rotten Tomatoes score shows that people are loving it. The critics love it, and the audience score loves it, or love it. It's 5,000 plus verified ratings, and even people that I tend to trust, people like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kinnell from RK Outpost. They say that they love the movie, and they're pretty hard to please when it comes to a movie. Now, Gary from Nerdrotic, and Az from Heel versus Babyface, and Shad from Shadversity, they didn't really like it. They said, and they're more they're closer to my age, so it's more than likely that I wouldn't enjoy it as much as the younger people are. It's supposedly it focuses in on family a lot, which is fine. We look here. Avatar 2 is latest Hollywood blockbuster to underperform in China. Well, I mean, China is going through all these massive lockdowns right now. I think they're finally ending them, but it only earned $57 million in the Middle Kingdom and nabbed a near record $19 million in India. While the overall projected $435 million global weekend for Avatar: The Way of Water qualifies as a good start, the film stumbled hard in China. And I know that they were seriously counting on China to boost its numbers. Despite pre-release tracking suggesting an over-under of 120 million opening in the world's second biggest movie-going marketplace, the 3D action sequel earned just 57.1 million. It's the latest example of a big Hollywood movie underwhelming in China. I don't understand the 3D thing. I thought the 3D thing was over. I don't even think you can go see this movie without seeing it in 3D, which 3D doesn't work for me because I'm nearly blind in one eye. So all I can see is a bunch of weird colors on the screen and it's blurry. I mean, why the hell would I want to go see that? I think they should, if they're going to release a movie in 3D, they should be more sensitive to people that can't freaking see that 3D crap and at least release it in standard, at least in one theater, so people like me can go see it without having to go blind for 3.5 hours. So is this movie going to make $2 billion? Well, people are saying no. It's probably not. Here we are a week before Christmas. A lot of families travel for Christmas week. The following week being New Year's. A lot of people, and New Year's and Christmas being on the weekend. I know when I was younger, me and my friends would always go to the movies Christmas night. I don't know if that's still a thing that younger people do. It might be, maybe it's not. Younger people really don't have the $40, 20 some dollars for a ticket plus drinks and popcorn. You're going to end up spending close to $40-50 to go to the movies nowadays. So who knows? The next 2 weeks probably are not going to help its numbers any, because of it being the holidays and people being out of town and just not having a chance to go to the movies. And now James Cameron is spouting some weird stuff. Something about one of the characters in this movie is pregnant, and he's showing that a pregnant woman going out hunting is female empowerment. Well, James, women have been doing that for a really long time. You're not really breaking any barriers with that one. I've definitely seen the Vietnamese women giving birth in the rice paddy, squatting down, having the baby, and then going back to work. So you're not really, female empowerment, yeah, great. But you're not really you're going much past the narrative there on that one, James. Plus, he says that testosterone is a poison that men have to get rid of before they can actually start doing good things in the world. I wouldn't agree with that statement. So I guess the next few weeks will tell for Avatar: The Way of Water. Like I said, I never saw the first one, so I don't see the point of watching the second one, because this is not one of the type of movies that you can see without having seen the first one. It's not going to make any sense, because the story, it's just a continuation of the first story. It doesn't stand on its own. So we'll see what happens. $2 billion just to break even. That doesn't even include making a profit. If you liked the video, please share it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, ring the bell for notifications, leave me a comment down in the comments section, tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you later.